This thing's so heavy. Why is it so heavy? Whew. Hi, I'm a lazy piece of shit. And for the next 7 days, I'm gonna be trying a meal prep service to find out if it's actually worth it. Honestly, I just didn't want to do my meal prep, but it is what it is. When it comes to meals, there are a couple factors, I'm sorry, that was bad, that decide whether or not it's actually good. These are flavor, do they taste any good? Variety, are there a lot of options, whether it's different flavors of food or the different options like vegan, vegetarian, even though those don't matter, we still gotta include them. Convenience, are these actually more convenient than getting like a healthy fast food option or cooking your own meal prep? Macros, are they actually a good amount of calories and macros to fit into your nutrition? And lastly, price. Is this thing actually financially viable? These 5 things will determine whether or not a meal prep service is actually right for you. I'm gonna break it all down. I'm gonna have all the individual meals. I'm going to taste test all of them. And then at the end of the video, I am gonna show you guys kind of like an overview of everything. But it comes in this little big box that says no prep necessary, fresh meals, boxed to unbox, and carbon neutral. Good for you guys. Honestly, this actually arrived a day early than what this was supposed to. It comes in this like very thick looking package. So I got 3 spicy peanut grilled chickens, 3 spicy turkey poblano bowls, probably saying that wrong, 2 shredded chicken parmesan cavatappi. We're gonna go with that. We got 2 artichoke and parmesan pork chops, 2 honey mustard chickens, that's gonna be good, and 2 cranberry apple pork. So I know this wasn't a category, but the fact that you have to recycle this giant ass box every single week, that's a bit excessive. I went with the higher protein options, so all of these meals have at least 30 grams of protein in them. I didn't change any of the selections in terms of like food choices. I went with like the recommended supply. We have 14 meals here, 7 days, which means about 2 meals per day. But before we get into any of these meals, it's time to work out. Moving on to the first meal here. I gotta remove this cup here. Okay, so I gotta remove like the sauce packet. Heat this bad boy up for 2 to 3 minutes, which means 2.5. 2:30. Okay. It smells absolutely fantastic. It kind of looks like dog food. This one is the spicy turkey poblano bowl with roasted broccoli rice and scallions. I assume that's what that is. Can I like bend this in here? Oh yeah, look at that. I'm a genius. Oh yeah, that actually smells so much like broccoli. It's almost like they use real food. There doesn't seem like there's a lot in this thing. There's not a lot going on. It'd be very interesting to see if this keeps me full. It's nice that it gives you this little sauce. Honestly, that tastes pretty good. It's a little bit like sour cream. That's because it's sour cream. I'm gonna toss it all on there because honestly, I'm pretty hungry right now. So you basically get half a package worth of food. It's pretty sloppy. This would make like a good like sloppy Joe. That's what it would make. Yeah, this would make amazing. Like, throw this on some bread or on a poutine. That'd be delicious. This is pretty good. I can't even lie. It does taste like I'm eating just the taco meat on a taco though. This needs some chips. This better act as cement in my stomach. Granted, it is 2:20 right now, so as long as I'm not hungry until 7, it'll be fine. Granted, I still have a protein bar I can still have too. I will say that is the one thing about these things. Since they're only 500 calories, you do have to either, one, get more food to supplement like a 2,000 calorie day, or you have to eat other food. So it really tackles your main meals, and you have to basically fill in the other snacks. I'm also usually used to a bit higher calorie foods at nighttime, so a 500 calorie dinner time will be interesting. But taste-wise, honestly, it's delicious. It really is. I'm gonna give this a solid 9 out of 10. I would eat this thing every single meal. I think the only thing it needs for a 10 out of 10 is some like crunchy texture. All done. That took 4 minutes to eat. Let's move on to dinner, I guess.
3 hours later.
Boy, oh boy, do I wish I could just have a meal in 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes. Alrighty, today we have the shredded chicken parmesan cava tappi. Smells like a lasagna. Taking these packages off I find is a little difficult, especially when it's hot. Like I just want the food. Give me the food. Give me it. Oh, there's a pull tab. Come on, buddy. Get out of there. I ripped it. This is what it looks like pre-mixed. I'm just gonna mix up this half of it. I'm not gonna mix up the other side. Portion-wise, I'm happy there's actually pasta in this. A little bit of like visual carbs will help me, I think, mentally. But honestly, like I'm actually doing pretty good in terms of like hunger level right now. I'm not doing too bad. I'm definitely like hungry, but I'm not like, tummy's not growling in any way. And this right here will put me at 2,100 calories, which means I technically still have 60 calories. Am I gonna have anything? No. It's 8 o'clock, probably not. Let's try some broccoli first. Tastes like broccoli. It's actually super soft, which I really like. Let's try the chicken. Surprisingly, the chicken's like a little bit dry. It's good with like the sauce, but the actual chicken itself is a little bit dry. This is solid, honestly. I'm gonna try a little bit of this and this. That's where it's at. That is where it is at. Just toss that over here. I'm also gonna give this taste-wise a solid 8 out of 10. Like they crushed it. I don't really know what else this kind of needs to improve it. Maybe a little bit more in chicken would be nice. I like that there's no like artificial stuff in this. It's all like whole foods. I'm not used to this. I'm just having protein bars and protein shakes. I would eat this every night. I'm very surprised that there's no cold spots in this thing. I have not had a single piece that has been like a little bit cold. You know how when you make some sort of frozen meal and it has that one spot that's a little bit cold? This doesn't have it. I think that's because it's not frozen, it's just refrigerated. That makes it easier to heat up equally. It's fantastic. Delicious. I ate that very fast. It's been 3 minutes. I mean, there's potential I still have like an apple or something like that, just to get some extra carbs. Because I know my carbs is not tapped out for the day. But that was absolutely phenomenal, as you guys know. 8 out of 10 for that. It's about 10 o'clock right now, and honestly, I'm already a little bit hungry. Granted, I am going from a higher surplus down to a deficit, so their first couple days are going to be a little tough. But damn, I'm hungry. It is the morning after the first meal prep day, and last night was definitely a little bit tough. Didn't have the best sleep. Hoping today goes a lot smoother. I'm excited for the meals, test them out, see what's going on. But first, we're gonna go on a little walk. Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello. I've been up since about 6:30, which is kind of unfortunate. Body woke up at that time and just did not want to shut off. Mainly the brain. So I scrolled on TikTok for too long. And then I did some morning cardio. That's why I'm dressed like this. So I just finished 45 minutes, nothing too crazy. But we got to just about 6,000 steps. Probably can't even see that, to be honest with you. But it's 6,657. We're aiming for about 12,000 steps lately. Want something just a little bit more intense. Want to lose some weight here. Looks really good. This little section in the corner is for the cranberry sauce it gives you. Not a huge cranberry person, but if they say it's supposed to be on it, then that's what needs to happen. This is like the closest thing I can think of for like a breakfast food, because this is the first meal of the day here. Looks very, very maroonish. Is that a color? I want to try some of the pork chop first. Looks very pork chop-esque inside. That's good. I don't know how I feel about cranberry sauce in general. Green beans are great. And the rice. Tastes like rice. Delicious. Yeah, I think it's just the cranberry sauce. Not the hugest fan of it. The pork chop itself isn't terrible. If you like cranberry, fantastic. It's pretty cranberry-y. Cranberry-y? Cranberry-y. I haven't had enough coffee yet today, so my brain hasn't really turned on yet. So the one thing I like about this meal is the pork chop is very, I don't want to say tough. Dense is probably the better word. So like it takes more effort to eat this, and in my brain, I feel like that's going to basically sit in my stomach longer. Probably won't, but that's how it makes me feel while eating it. It makes me feel like I'm eating more food than I actually am. Taste-wise, it's not terrible. I'm liking it more that I'm eating it. Veggies are like a garlic sort of spice on it. That's really good. I don't think I would order it again. Yeah, flavor-wise, just because I don't like cranberry, I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. It's only because I don't like cranberry. Literally everything tastes good. It's just I'm not a cranberry person. Am I the only person who like transfers their fork after they're done with the knife to go back to their good hand? This just tastes like butter and garlic. I find it very funny how small they make the portions for any sort of carb that's been in this meal. They leave it very, very small. And that's to try to get to around the 500 calorie mark. But like, people are so scared to eat carbs, and it shouldn't be like that. Literally, it is 17 grams of carbs in like a protein bar. My diet usually consists of that meal prep meal, so it's about 1,000 calories, 2 protein bars, a protein shake, and some sort of like treat, I'm gonna call it. Lately, it's been a lot of like peanut butter toast and stuff like that. Sometimes it's ice cream, chocolate. It leaves about 500 to 700 calories of do whatever, boo, do whatever. Whereas this, roughly 500 calories a meal, you almost have to have 4 to 5 of them a day if you were strictly having these. That's a lot. Oh yeah, I was reading one of their stats, and it says like by ordering this, you save like 7 hours because apparently these meals take an hour each to cook. But you get multiples of those meals, so I got at least 3 of one meal. So those 3 wouldn't take 3 hours. It would only take 1. That doesn't it just doesn't add up. They're trying to make it seem like it's saving you so much time when in fact you're getting multiples of multiple meals. So time-wise, it's a lot less. Plus you're all preparing them on the same day. So when you cook like the 2 things that have pork chop in it in these meals, you're cooking those the same day. So really it's probably like saving 3.5 hours, maybe. And if people in the comments are going, oh, well, it's gonna be fresh. I'd heat this up. You have to do the exact same thing to the meals that you cook as well. I'm actually surprised I'm still eating this. This has been like the longest meal to consume so far. We've been recording for 16 minutes. That means at least 15 of that was me actually preparing and doing stuff correctly. Which means that only 2 minutes of that was cooking, which means, math, 13 minutes it took to pretty much consume this entire thing, which is actually pretty decent. Honestly, yeah, 6.5 out of 10. My rating has gone up because it was really good. Very like filling as well. I feel actually like pretty good right now. So I'm gonna consume some coffee and the rest of this water before heading off to work. All right, moving on to dinner. We are having the honey mustard chicken. They give you a very low amount of potatoes, but you know, kind of is what it is. Jeez. Smells really good, actually. Their chicken really looks like it's baked and then they get like grill marks on it. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, that smells delicious. Okay, don't do that. Don't go into the sauce, please. This is such a struggle. I just want things to be easy in life. Oh yeah. Just go all over that. I'm using absolutely all of it too. Oh yeah. There's the stuff. Oh yeah. That looks, I have just covered it in its sauce. Let me just grab this here. Absolutely covered it in the honey mustard. So let's go ahead and try this chicken really quick. Looks like, you know, chicken. That's actually really good. Well, I think the green beans will be the same as before. Yep, exact same green beans as this morning. And then some potatoes here. Tastes fantastic. If I were to give this like a score out of 10, honestly, this is something I would have regularly. So I'm gonna give it like, probably like an 8 out of 10. It's not perfect because the chicken is like, I don't wanna say mushy, but it's definitely been baked and then grill marks on it. So an 8 out of 10 is pretty much all I would give this, but I'm gonna enjoy this and then I will pick this back up in the morning. All right, this is meal number 5. Time, honestly, this like whole week is flying by. The one huge benefit about having these is that it's really made me 100% consistent with my nutrition. If you know me, I am never 100% consistent with my nutrition. It is always, you know, 70-30, 60-40, you know, 20-80, depends on the week, you know? But like, just by having these meals, it's really honestly helped me want to be more consistent. Because I'm coming home and I'm trying a bunch of different flavors, I find that that's really nice. So this is the spicy peanut grilled chicken. Yep. With salty sauce, cilantro, quinoa, gochugaru, roasted sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. I don't need anything fancier than that. Smells delicious. Haven't put the peanut sauce on it yet, but I actually am a fan of peanut sauces in general. I usually just don't have that many of them. Last time I did the Zac Efron diet, I had the pad thai for the first time, and that had like a peanutish sauce into it, and it was absolutely phenomenal. If this is anything like that, I'm definitely going to be very satisfied. Put this onto the chicken here. Oh, that's a thick sauce.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
That's what I am looking for, because I am quite hungry right now. So right now I'm also trying to do a challenge where I'm walking 12,000 steps a day. So my calories are definitely being burned a lot more than usual. And I'm still staying at that like 22 to 2,300 mark. Not going anything past that. Get the last bit of that sauce there. Just toss that in there, why not? Smells phenomenal. Let's go ahead and try a bite here. Yeah, looks like chicken. Delicious. Holy crap. This is actually really good, and it's the right kind of spice. It's nothing too crazy. I do enjoy my spice, but for myself who enjoys spices, I would say this is like a solid 7 out of 10 on the spice level. Absolutely delicious, very flavorful. The stuff just under the chicken, the quinoa and stuff, adds a nice like, not hearty, like an earthy, but not earthy, a healthy flavor to it. Delicious. I don't know what they've done, but normally when you would cook food, the center of like a small compact area would be like frozen or cold. No, perfectly evenly balanced. I don't know what sort of sorcery they're doing, but everyone needs to start doing it. Definitely order this one again, holy crap. I think this is my favorite one. Like higher than the first one I had, the turkey poblano. Still can't say that. I would give this, since I gave the last one a 9 out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. I wish there was slightly more carbs in this. Like double it would be ideal. I understand they would have to make the packaging bigger in order to incorporate the sauce and stuff, but yeah, that's the only thing I would want, just more carbs. God, I haven't had sweet potatoes in a while too, so this is just extra good. If a restaurant sold this, I would have no problem paying $12 for it. This makes me want to get pad thai. I might have it again soon. All right, guys, for dinner we are having the artichoke and parmesan pork chop. Smells absolutely freaking phenomenal. I think the sides are herb, roasted carrots, and potatoes. I must say these things have been absolutely delicious. All right, let's give this a try. We'll try the actual pork first. I'm a sucker for Parmesan. That was actually really soft too. For pork chops, I'm actually surprised it was that soft. I will say all their vegetables taste the exact same. Anything when it comes to like the potato stuff, it's all been the exact same. Not bad. It's just that's the only thing that you'll be having that is like the same, if that makes sense. I actually said no to pizza today. Be proud of me. That's a first, to be honest with you. Honestly, it's like a 9 out of 10. Again, it just needs more carbohydrates in it, and it'd be perfect. Phenomenal. Like I would like 300 calories more of carbs. Make it like an 800 calorie meal. That'd be fantastic. That Parmesan though, delicious. Wow. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this, and I'll pick you guys back up tomorrow. I think this is the last meal that's different. So the next few meals will likely be the exact same as what's already come out. Delicious. All right, moving on to the final meal here. Ending things off exactly how we began with the turkey poblano. One of my favorite meals from this entire little set. So I got these meals for a total of 7 days. I got 14 of the meals over those 7 days, and they roughly add up to about 600 calories per meal. I went with the higher protein option, so most of the meals had at least 30 grams protein or more. I think the average was roughly about 36 grams of protein. I'll list all of them right here with all the numbers of protein, carbs, and fat. I noticed between them all, they were pretty high in fat and they were really high in sodium, It makes sense, they gotta use preservatives in order to make them preserve and last longer. So I noticed that this entire week, funny enough, because I was still eating 2,200 and about 50 calories, about 2,300 on average, my weight surprisingly didn't go down. It actually went up by a pound, which is a little unfortunate. And the only thing my brain can think of is that I wasn't drinking enough water to offset the increase in the sodium. So my body is retaining as much water as it can, because I definitely feel leaner. I definitely look leaner, but on the scale, it does say that I've technically gone up like a half pound to a pound. So I'm definitely higher than when I started. So let's do a full breakdown. Is a meal prep service actually worth it? So we do have a couple of different categories to determine whether or not this is actually worth it. So the first one is the flavor. I think the average for all of these meals was like a 9 out of 10. They were all absolutely delicious. The variety, I didn't get bored a single time. Even though I've had all of these meals at least 2 times, some of them 3 times, I look forward to them every single time that I have them. So in terms of variety, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, only because I didn't see any breakfast options. I don't know why they don't have like egg bites or high protein oatmeal. They really should. Convenience, they're pretty convenient. They fit in my normal like bag that I would bring to work, which is pretty awesome. Time-wise to cook it, it's like 2.5 minutes, so you'll get food like that. They are decently filling as well. I'm just gonna add that to the convenience section because you don't really have to have this and then immediately have food. I did notice that if you ate it, you weren't like full, so you did want more food, but once you waited 10 minutes, that went away immediately. Like that went away, you were fine, you were ready to kind of like wait 3 to 4 hours to eat, which is pretty nice. Macros, they're not bad. The carbs is just a little too low for me. I would have liked double, triple the carbs on all of the meals. This one, there's like almost none. I think there's like literally almost none. There's 16 grams of protein. Your carbs should technically be at least 10% higher than what your protein is. So if this is a 35 gram one, this one should be at least 50 grams of protein in this, or sorry, carbs in this meal. Overall, it needs more carbs. It needs double the carbs at least in all the meals. This one just clearly needs carbs. And of course, the #1 deciding factor on anything in life, the price. This is surprisingly very expensive. I say very expensive because the amount of calories that you get for the cost is insane. These meals cost $12 per meal, which twice a day, that's $24 a day for a week. So it's about $184 a week. And guess what? You still have to buy food for the other 1,000 to 1,500 calories of your food. So you still have to buy protein bars, protein shakes, breakfast, but like you still have to buy the rest of your food. So you're really only buying or saving half of your grocery bill, which for me is normally about $50 on average per week. I'm super cheap with everything. I don't include going like takeout stuff. That's a different category in food. But if I really wanted to, $60 a week will get you absolutely everything for an entire month. I can do a video on like a cheap meal preps like system. If you guys want to see that, just let me know in the comment section below. But the fact that these things are $12 per meal and you still have to buy food, your bill is going to come to at least $210 every single week. That's insane for the average person. That is insane. The only thing I would ever do with this is if you are trying to do a show. It's very structured. It's easy to follow. It comes to you. You don't have to prep it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to cook and smell the foods. And while you're doing some sort of prep, your mind's gonna be like, I want to eat this. It just shows up. Doesn't smell until you actually cook it. And your mind's not gonna be thinking about food constantly. So that's the only reason I would ever actually do it. But even then, it has a lot of sodium in it, so I would limit it to like 1 meal a day. So we asked the question again, is it worth it? No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is worth it at all. It tasted fantastic, don't get me wrong. but I don't think I would ever order another meal prep service like this one personally. Clearly this video is not advertised or sponsored. It's unfortunate. I wanted it to be better than what I got, but price is just, it's too heavy of consideration when you're doing this sort of thing. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this meal, my last meal. Then I'm back to regular meal prep, back to saving money, eating more calories, which is great. I am gonna miss this one though. Delicious.